Okay, good afternoon, children. Uh, Today we are going to start with a new topic. Let's begin with the analysis on your guessing what I'm going to teach today. What form of governance is a good form of governance, children, in a country? Democratic form of governance. Now, what do you understand by a democratic form of governance? Answer loudly. What do you understand by a democratic form of governance? Very good. Where people can choose their leaders. Now, people choose their leaders from where but? Amongst whom? How? Amongst political parties. Yeah, and through the process of elections, right? So, today we are going to study about political parties, is what we are going to study about. Yes, and as you said, in a democracy, we elect our leaders. We don't select leaders, we elect leaders to have a democratic form of governance. They are our representatives who represent the people of the country. Now, we choose our leaders from the political parties. So, what we are going to study today is what is a political party. We are going to study the functions of political parties. We are going to see the need of a political party. Is that clear? Okay, let's begin. Okay. Now, according to you, what is a political party? According to you, what is a political party? Now, which are the popular political parties in our country? BJP, Congress. The thing names that come immediately to our minds are BJP and Congress. So, what do you associate with these parties? They stand for elections and they win elections and they lost. Very good. They stand for elections, they win the elections, form the government to govern the country. Yeah, that is what is a political party. What are political parties? Group of people who are a part of the party, who represent the party, who represent the ideology of the party, what the party stands for, and they also convey to the people what they are going to do for the people once they come in power, and they are the members of these political parties. Is that clear? What are political parties? Yeah. Political parties, the most visible institution in a democracy. Can I imagine a democracy without political parties? It will definitely not be a democracy if there are no political parties, right? So it is the most visible institution in a democracy are the political parties. Now, democracy automatically for us in the mind, democracy is equal to political parties for ordinary citizens. If if I go in a village and start talking about democracy, will they associate? They will they won't associate with the things like constitution, preamble, all those things. If you go to a village or you go to a smaller town and try to speak there, but you talk about political parties, you talk about BJP, you talk about Congress, you talk about JDS, immediately people associate with that. Therefore, what we say, for people, democracy is equal to political parties. For them, what the political party is going to do for them, good, that is a part of democracy for them. They don't, the common man doesn't fall in this scenario of constitution, preamble, all those things. They don't. The learned, yes, the educated, yes, but the daily breadwinner, he doesn't have time for all this. For them, yes, acha hai, elections are going to be there, their agenda, what this party is going to do for me, that is what they are going to think of, right? So for ordinary citizens, democracy is equal to political parties. Yeah, so that's a political party they reflect the fundamental political divisions in society involving partisanship. Means every party has its ideologies, yeah, has its theme on which it is working, yeah. Like for example, the ideology of BJP, you take the ideology of cultural development, or you say we can say what is the other ideology, infrastructure development, which the government is doing now, yeah, their ideology. Or you take about the Congress, they speak more on terms of secularism. Or like every party has its own set of ideologies, yeah. Then a political party, therefore, they agree on policies and programs for society with a view to promote collective good. What they agree upon? To do good for the society. They promise before the elections, all political parties, and after also, they are in the process. Bring us in power, we will do something good for you. So and so things are the things we are going to do for you. Yeah. So we have, they agree on some policies, programs for society with a view to promoting the collective good. Clear? Is this part clear? What are political parties? Group of people, representatives who are part of a party, who have their ideology, a party which has an ideology which believes in doing collective good for the society. Is that clear? Okay. Now, in the political party, we have segments, we have the leaders, we have the active members, and we have the followers. Every political party, big or small, they will be having their main leaders. Then they will be having other members who work under them, who are active in the parties. They are the active members. Then are the followers, who are again who follow the ideology, who support the party, yeah, believe in the ideology of the party. They are the other followers. So I have the leaders, I have the active members, and I have the followers, in which a political party is fragmented. Is this clear? Yeah. So today when I say Congress, who is the leader that comes to our mind? Who comes to our mind? Okay, Sidramaya, very good. Then we at the national level, if I say Congress, then who comes to our mind? Who is the Congress head at the national level? Yes, Rahul Gandhi. Yeah. So when I say a political party divided into members, I have the leaders like this Sidramaya, and we have leaders like Dikeshi at our state level. We have Rahul Gandhi at the national level. Then we are having the other active members under them, other members who work, and then the followers who are there at the grassroots level, at the local level, who are following them, putting their ideology into work, are the followers. This part is clear. What are political parties? What, how do they promote collective good? And what are the fragmentations in the political party? Is that part clear? Okay. That part is done. What? Let's move to the functions of political parties. Now, these are some of the major functions of a political party. What are the functions? I'll tell you in short first, then we'll go on explaining in detail. Yeah, contest elections, shape public opinion, help people to access government machinery and welfare schemes. Parties which lose the elections play the role of opposition, forms and run the government at different levels, play a decisive role in formulating laws of the country, put forward different policies and programs. This is the gist, summary, outline of the functions of political parties. Let's go in detail and see about the each function. Yeah. The functions of political parties, definitely my first one, contesting elections. For any political party to put their work into action, to be recognized, for any person to be in the political scenario, has to be a member of the political party, that party has to contest elections. First thing, definitely all political parties in a democracy, definitely they contest elections, they stand for elections, they make their candidates stand for elections. Then parties put forward different policies and programs, and the voters choose from them. Yeah. Now every party, every 5 years now we are having our elections, upcoming elections of 2024. Every party is coming out with their agenda, coming out with their programs. So what is the function, second function of every political party is they have a manifesto. They say during elections they release the list of things that they're going to do. It's called a manifesto. Yeah. All round the clock, this 5 years, they will be preparing, all the political parties, they will be preparing the base for the upcoming elections. It's not that कि 5 साल में एक बार election आ रहा है, so I'm तभी मैं prepare करूंगा. It doesn't happen like that. All parties, they will be working day in day out from the grassroots level for all the years that they are there, and especially these 5 years of elections aata rahega, they will, it's not that they're going to stay quiet that time. Yeah. So they put forward, every party puts forward different policies, different programs, and then the voter chooses, decides during the elections whether I want this party or I don't want this party, whether I should vote for them or I shouldn't vote for them. Yeah. For example, classic example of what we had during the Karnataka elections, the result, the assembly elections of Karnataka, the result that came out was totally unexpected, right? Everybody felt one particular party was going to come, but the results showed something else. That party which came in power gave the 5 promises. Which were the 5 promises? Karnataka government, which is there now, free electricity, yes. Yeah, free transport for women. Then what else? What else is there? 2,000 rupees for the women. Yeah, Bhagya Lakshmi, Graha Lakshmi, Graha Jyoti. Yeah, all these schemes. Then also they said that for the graduate unemployed, we are going to give them certain amount of money. After comment that, now they have started the implementation of that too. Yeah, and all the schemes they started implementing. Now what is that? That is my second function. Parties put forward different policies and programs. Every party will put forward to the people different policies and programs, and voters will choose from them. Next one. Parties play a decisive role, decision making role in making laws for a country. How are laws made in our country? Is it one fine day the president or the prime minister gets up and says, "Chalo, ye aaj se कानून है, सब लोग follow करो"? Does it happen like that in a democracy? No. How are laws made here in our country? How are laws made? Very good. A bill has to be passed in both the houses. Our representatives are there in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. The bill is discussed there. Debates are happening. Yeah, discussions, debates, and then finally voting, and then that bill becomes a law. So political parties play a very major role, important role, decisive role in making laws for a country. Next one, parties form and run governments. Political executives, leaders are recruited, trained, and made ministers. People form parties. Yeah, in 1880, our Congress was formed. Then later on, the BJP was formed somewhere around, I guess 1915 or something. The BJP was formed. Yeah. Now, when these parties are formed, they come up with their ideologies, they have people joining them, yeah, and then propagating their ideology, coming in power. Parties form and run governments. I win in the elections, I form the government, I run the government. Yeah, that is the fourth function. Now we have studied in 9th standard, if you remember, permanent executive and political executives. Do you remember that? Permanent executives and political executives. Now, permanent executives are our civil servants, IAS officers and all those. They come under our permanent executives. And we have our political executives. Our political leaders who become ministers are the political executives. Yeah, they play a main role in formulating laws for the country. Execution happens by the permanent executives. But formation, making of the law, all those political executives have a upper hand. Yeah. Now, how does a party decide कि चलो इसको हमारे पार्टी की तरफ से इलेक्शन में खड़ा करना है? It doesn't happen overnight, right? That person, he or she, should have worked for the party from the beginning. The person's growth is observed in the party. फिर बाद में इलेक्शन के टाइम पे दे विल थिंक कि अच्छा इसको टिकट देना है कि नहीं, अपनी पार्टी का कैंडिडेट बनाना है कि नहीं, दैट इज व्हेन दे विल थिंक आफ्टरवर्ड्स. या सो व्हाट deserving members who are party members, the leaders, they are recruited, they are trained to become the leaders of the party, and then they are made the ministers. Like I told you, for example, classic example is our prime minister. If you have seen our prime minister's background, he started from grassroots level of politics. We have seen his old pics where he is beside all all big political leaders, beside Atal Bihari Vajpayee, beside LK Advani there, and then he has been trained for a bigger role. He came later on, slowly he came into the bigger role, bigger picture. Then he managed the role as the Chief Minister of Gujarat, successfully managed it. And that training put him today in the reins of the country, have given him the reins of the country today. Today he is the prime minister of a country. So overnight, nobody becomes a powerful minister or something. It doesn't happen like that. It is a process that is happening within the party. Yeah, leaders are recruited, trained, and made members. This part clear? You better pay attention. I will be asking you to explain all the functions once again. Yeah, this picture will not be there that time. That picture will be there. So you have to explain that. Okay. Now, those parties that lose in the election, what are they called? Opposition. Very good. Now, these opposition, they play a very important role. Not only the ruling party, utna hi important opposition bhi hai. Why is that? They find out the mistakes of the leading party. Very good. They keep the leading party in check. They see to it that कोई एक गलती मिल जाए, then we can. इससे क्या होता है? The leading party that is there, it is always tries to better itself, tries to work without having any glitch or without making any fault. It tries to give its 100%. That is what is the job of the opposition. It keeps the ruling party in check. Checks is being managed. The check is being managed by the opposition. Therefore, they also play a very important role. Yeah, they voice different views, criticizing the government for its failure or wrong policies. Yeah, if you see, we have the budget session today. Our finance minister will be releasing the interim budget for the country. Interim budget is a temporary budget this time because we are going to have elections. Yeah, so this today she is going to release the interim budget that is going to be shown on the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha TV today. Yeah, so these things, whatever is going to be presented today, is going to be discussed. Yeah, any laws that are there which before being passed or anything that has to be done for the country is discussed in both the houses, where the opposition tries to find the faults, tries to criticize the government. Yeah, so that is the role of the opposition, to keep the ruling power in check. So till here, functions are clear? All functions clear? Yeah. Parties shape public opinion. The way the public thinks, especially today, lots depends upon how the party shapes the opinion. Yeah. The type of work the popular party does or these parties do. Yeah. Today, even if all of us are not what we say directly associated with political parties, in some or the other way we relate to the political parties that are there in our country, right? So here, parties, they shape the public opinion. They make people think towards a particular thing or towards a particular issue. Yeah, they make people, or if they are supposed, for example, now it's like take for example the opposition party. Now the ruling party, suppose it comes up with a law कि in a particular region of Western Ghat we are going to go for coal mining there. Now that is a biodiversity rich area, eco sensitive area. where if I go for industries over there, mining over there, I'm going to lose the rich flora and fauna. The opposition immediately gets into action, starts focusing, starts telling this is wrong, this should not be done, that is a eco-sensitive area, go for something else, that area should not be touched. It starts happening on social media, it starts happening in the media. Yeah, there are forums, there are debates, there are discussions. People start thinking now in that line. Yes, acha ye hone wala tha, nahi, this is, but this what they are saying is also true. Yeah, so this way parties shape the opinion of the public. Acha bura, parties shape the opinion of the public. Lastly, parties provide people access to government machinery and welfare schemes implemented by the government. हर 5 साल गवर्नमेंट आता है, नया गवर्नमेंट आता है, and every government, most of the governments that they come out with new schemes for the benefit of the poor, for the benefit of the economically backward classes, socially backward classes. They come out with schemes, but many times we don't know. Many times we will not be aware of the schemes that the government has come up with for us. Okay, and educated people, at least little we will try, we'll read in the newspaper, we'll come to know कि अच्छा चलो ये scheme आया है, or somewhere in the social media we'll read about it. But what about the illiterate people? Yeah, yeah, there are the party members who I told you that time, leaders, followers, members. There are party members who go at the grassroots level and convey about the schemes. Yes, there are government officials who do that. Yes, also people, when they want some work to get done, yeah, they feel more comfortable going to a political leader than going to a government official. They feel that if they go directly to the government official, their work won't be done faster, because lots of documentation will be there. Is khidki se us khidki jao, from there you go here, go to that. So they don't have time, and they don't understand those procedures. So they feel closer to political parties, political leaders. So apna area corporator hai ya some local MLAs there, will go there, will contact them, tell us to help so that our work gets done faster. So what it helps, political parties, they give and provide an access. The leaders also help. Definitely, they know आज हम help करेंगे तो कल ही हमारी काम आएंगे. Yeah. So political leaders provide the access to the government machinery, welfare schemes implemented by the governments. Yeah, whatever welfare schemes are there, good schemes are there. अभी अपना electricity वाला था, yeah, we can say the 2,000 rupees for women of the house, those schemes. Now that access is provided by the political parties to the people. Easier access to get the work done. There are some agents, followers of the parties who will be helping people to fill the forms, get the work done. Yeah. So this functions clear. All the functions are clear. So what I have, parties contest elections. They shape the public opinion. They help government, machinery and welfare schemes. Parties who lose the election play the role of opposition, form and run the government at different levels, play a decision-making role or in formulating laws of the country, and put forward different policies and programs. Clear? Okay. There's a glitch. Let's see. I think the server's down or something. Wait, let's. So, quick recap of what I told you.
Have you seen banners and posters of different political parties during an election? Each political party banner reflects a specific political view of the society. A political party consists of a group of people who share common views on the goals that are important for a state.
Group of people who share common goals. Group of people who believe in the party ideology. Yeah, when I am talking, if particular party is talking about infrastructure development, or if I am talking about secularism, party members associate with the goals of that party. Okay.
Or a nation, tasked with different faces, different signs, different slogans, different goals. These political parties do share some common objectives. They all aim to power and govern the system. They passionately campaign to win the elections. They all work in the interest of the nation. The party in power functions to create and implement policies in order to meet the promises they made during elections.
What are the objectives of any political party? Every party wants to hold power and govern. They are just not standing for elections for fun or time pass. Ultimate aim is to govern, right? So they want, their objectives: hold power and govern, campaign, campaign for the party, work for the country. Ruling party frames and implements the policy. Party that comes in power, that is the ruling party, it ultimately frames the laws, policies for the country. Sorry, frames policies and implements them.
And the party which could not gain power opposes the weak policies of the ruling party. In a diverse country like ours, where each sect and community holds a different opinion, political parties play a vital role in conforming to miscellaneous needs. Each party is known for the policies.
और these are, see here, यूनियन पार्टी, आजाद पार्टी, आधुनिक पार्टी, हर एक का अपना अपना एजेंडा, अपना अपना गोल है. यूनियन पार्टी इज टॉकिंग अबाउट गो ग्रीन, सेव द एनवायरमेंट. आजाद पार्टी, गरीबी हटाओ, इरेडिकेट पॉवर्टी. आधुनिक पार्टी, रिजर्वेशन फॉर द बैकवर्ड क्लास. So every party will be having such ideologies, they will be having a goal for which they are working.
And we choose our leader from a political party which reflects our interests best. This way, political parties help in uniting people on the basis of their shared commonalities who otherwise stand divided. A multi-party system makes it difficult for a particular party to come to power by itself. So, various political parties join hands to form a coalition party and govern.
And that is the next part. Okay. Yeah. So, what are political parties is clear? Functions is clear? Okay. Let's move to the next part. That is, why do we need political parties? क्या जरूरत है political parties का? Can't we run a democracy without political parties, or can we run a democracy without political parties? Can we have a democracy without political parties? Is it possible? It will be like China. Okay, China में at least one party है. I'm saying there are no parties. What will happen? Do we need political parties? Why do we need these political parties? It can turn to dictatorship if there are no. Okay. Then what else? Why do we need political parties? We saw so many functions. Why do I need political parties? From that you will get an idea why I need political parties. अगर political parties नहीं है, any election, what happens? Each person stands as an independent candidate. Yeah, when people stand as independent candidates, अभी party है तो party is having a goal and ideology. So I have, and I can choose. So I am going to take Congress, or I'm going to take BJP, or I'm going to go for JDS. That choice is there for me. If there are no such political parties, now like I told you, every party also has its own goal, agenda for which it is working. So people को पता है, people know कि which party, which ideology suits me, and I'm going to vote for them. Now, if there are no political parties, everybody stands as an independent candidate. तो कोई पार्टी नहीं है. I am also a leader. बाजू वाला भी leader. I am having everybody standing as an independent candidate. हर एक का अलग symbol, हर एक का अलग ideology. What happens then in such a scenario? If everybody is an independent candidate, what happens? Chaos, messy. People don't relate with any party. People don't relate with any ideology. किसको vote करे? Yeah, that is one thing. Another thing, what happens is, even if they somehow we manage कि आ गए कुछ बना भी दिया हमने government. So in the parliament, अपने यहाँ how the laws are passed, or any parliament how the laws are passed, voting, discussion, debate, all those things are happening. But when all are independent candidates, they are definitely not going to what we say come on or zero in on a common goal. Yeah, everybody is going to think from their constituency point of view. अपने में 543 constituency, 543 candidates, 543 goals के बारे में अलग अलग अपने अपने constituency के बारे में सोच रहे हैं. So it becomes total chaos and messy. Therefore, I need political parties. Why I need? It gives me the representation. Yeah, political parties, they represent, they stand for the views of the people. Yeah, they work together for the collective good of the people. There's one party, so I know what I can expect from Congress, I know what I can expect from JDS, or I know what I can expect from Shiv Sena or NCP, all these parties, I know what can expected. Yeah, so we need parties, we need political parties to have an order in running of the democracy, right? So properly the policies are framed, proper discussions are happening, proper questionings and debates are happening, a collective representation is needed, and that is why a proper collective representation, and therefore I need political parties. Is this part clear? Okay. Now from here, let's move to how many parties. How many parties? Yeah. Last year we studied about what is democracy, why democracy chapter, where we studied the example of China. How many prominent parties are there that we know about in China? One. We know there is a one party system there. है बाकी parties है, but they need the opinion of the main party to stand for the elections. They need a permission of the main party. So क्या हो जाता है? Although other parties are there, they are not relevant as this one big major player. Ultimately, decision is taken by whom? Only this one major party in China. Yeah. Therefore, China has, like China, there are certain places where there is only one party system, जहाँ पे only one party is dominating the scene. There are places that have two party systems. Like we have UK, USA that have two party systems. There are other smaller parties in the fray also, but there are big major parties there in UK and USA who play a major role in the elections, who are what we say more dominant during the elections. There are other smaller parties also, but not that relevant. They don't get that many votes, or they are not that relevant as the other two parties that are there in UK. We have the Democrats, we have the Liberals, we have the Republicans. Yeah, the parties over here. So UK and USA, they have two party system, two major strong parties that are there, who play a very important role in the whole scenario in the governing of the country. They play a main important role. अबे अपने country में how many parties are there? We have excess. We what we say, we have more number of parties. Yeah, approximately I have more than 750 parties in our country. Yeah, so it is like, and it is justified also for a country like ours. I'm having more than 750 parties is justified also. Now how do we justify having so many parties in a country? Does a country need so many parties? Yeah, does a country need so many parties? Very good. You have seen, we know that thing that is attached to our country, unity in diversity. Yeah. So there's lots of diversity in our country. We have language ka diversity, culture ka diversity, ethnicity. So much diversity is there in our country. The religion, the caste, itna so many. So all the many of these political parties, some way or the other, represent these different fragments which are there in our country. Yeah, because of this social diversity that is there in our country, we end up having so many parties. Yeah. Now, ऐसे scenario में what happens when I have so many parties? Till the 1990s, it was not a problem. Only one major party used to come in power after the elections. But from the 90s, the scenario changed. One particular party was not getting the majority. So at that time, what happened? If one party doesn't get a majority, then what does it do? No. If I'm not getting the majority, but I am near the winning line, I want to form the government. Yes, very good. That is called as coalition. Yeah. When I have this scenario of so many parties, what happens here? I have an option. I go join hands with the other parties so that I come in power. I get the maximum seats and I come in power. That is what is called as a multi party system. Yeah. So this part is clear. We have one party system, two party system, and then I have the multi party system. Okay. Okay. This is my one party system. China having one party system. The two party system that I told you, like USA and UK having two-party system, and then the multi-party system like we have in our country. Okay. Now the classification of the party system: single party, two party, and multi-party. This one, get up and read. Remove the mask, beta, and read the differences here loudly.
One single party is allowed to control or run properly. The electoral system does not permit free competition for power. Example: China, the Communist Party is not a democratic option.
Because I'm having only one party to choose from, definitely it is not a democratic option, but there is no other choice because the form of governance of CCP is there, like that in China. Okay.
Several parties may exist and have a seat in state legislation, but only two main parties need the majority. Example: USA and UK, Labour Party and the Conservative Party of Britain.
In UK, I am having Labour Party and the Conservative Party. The Republicans and Democrats I am having in the USA. Two major players there. Okay.
Multi-party system. More than two parties may come to power on its own or in alliance. Example: India.
Many get political representation. Okay. Yes. Ritu, get up and read this comparison between two-party and multi-party system. Louder.
The two-party system is resumes a simple choice. This provides for stable government. Two-party system are not as flexible because they have a more or less
Rigid
rigid seat or
set of opinions.
example: the USA.
Now, two-party systems are not flexible because दो ही party है and both of them are they are having their set of opinion. Take it or leave it. We are having only two sets. Okay, here.
Multi-party system. Multi-party system provides voters with many choices. Government is not stable in this system. A multi-party system is not responsive to a change or shift in public opinion. Example:
Yes. Yeah, government is not stable here. Yeah, we never know what happens in when we say when we say government is not stable in this system. When I have a coalition, I am joining hands with another party and forming the government. दूसरे पार्टी ने एक दिन डिसाइड किया मैं सपोर्ट निकाल रहा हूं, आई डोंट वांट टू सपोर्ट यू एनी मोर. What happens? The government topples. The government loses power. Yeah, that is what is called this government is not stable in this type of system. For example, have you heard all the this oppositions? They had come together to form a group called India to contest the elections against BJP at the elections now, which the elections which are there, 24 elections. What is happening slowly? Each party is moving out of this coalition, this group that has come, the alliance that has come together. They are slowly leaving the alliance. Recently, TMC, which is a major party in West Bengal, yeah, Mamata Banerjee, who is the chief minister there, that's her party. Now they left this alliance. They were all a part of this, and they left this alliance. So after forming a government, when two parties have or two or more parties have come together and formed a government, now I want 543 seats and I am having 500. I take 30 from, I join hands with another party, there are 30 winning seats I get. Yeah, then I need another 13 that I get from another party. And after some days, some issue happens in a coalition government. We studied last year how coalition hai, to the leader has to pacify everybody. हर एक को कोई ना कोई post देना पड़ता है, ministership देना पड़ता है. We have to keep them with us. After some days, suppose one of the parties here is not happy with what they are getting in this alliance, and they said, "हम लोग अपना support निकाल रहे हैं." What happens here? The government topples. Yeah, so that is why we say government is not stable in a multi-party system. Is this part clear? Okay. In our country, amongst these parties, we have two types. I have the national parties and the regional parties, जिसको हम state parties भी we can tell. I have the national parties at the national level and I have the regional parties at the state level. Yeah. The party that secures at least 6% of the total votes in the election to the legislative assembly of the state elections in state assembly elections, for that, in that a party that gets 6% of the total votes and at least 2 seats in the assembly is recognized as a state party. Yeah, so I'm getting here 6% of the votes and 2 seats. Then I get qualified as a state party. A party that gets 6% of the total votes in the Lok Sabha elections and wins at least 4 seats in the Lok Sabha is called a national party. So I'm getting here, I should get 6% votes and I should win 4 seats here. Then I become the national party. Is this part clear? National party and regional parties. They will be popular at the state level, but at the national level, they will not be that popular. People all over the country will not be knowing those parties. Yeah, they are our, in short, to so that you understand easily, that we call as our regional parties or the state parties. National parties, definitely, Congress, BJP are the two most popular national parties that we know of date, right? There are 7 others that are there that have been recognized by the Election Commission as the national parties of our country. Yes, these have been recognized as the national parties of our country. Yeah, the party, the year of formation, what is the ideology that they follow, who is their leader, their political position, and these are their symbols. So when you're learning, in you make a table like this, put these things here, that when was it the name of the party, when it was formed. So it becomes, if they ask for classification, difference in the ideology, if it comes in objectives, because we are going to learn about 7 such parties over here. So then it becomes easy for you to remember, remembering the data of all the 7 such. When you use such tables, it becomes easy for you to remember. So write the name of the party, when it was formed, what is the ideology, who is the current leader, what are the seats that they had won, the number of seats that they have won, like this in the election that happened earlier. So that way you can remember the difference between the political parties. Okay. Now, this one, Dipti, just read about this All India National Congress, All India Trinamool Congress, the first one.
Launched on 1st January 1998 under the leadership of Mata Bannerjee, recognized as a national party in 2016. The party's symbol is flower and grass, committed towards secularism and federalism, has been in power in West Bengal since 2011. Also has a presence in Arunachal Pradesh, Manipur, and Tripura. In the general election held in 2019, it got 4.07% vote and won 22 seats, making it the fourth largest party in the Lok Sabha.
Okay, thank you, Sharon. So we saw so many details for you to remember. So take this down, and in the next class, we'll continue with the recapitulation, and then we'll continue with this parties, and then we'll go with the recapitulation. Okay. Thank you, children.
Thank you.